For the last 50 years, the Consumers Association of Singapore, or better known as CASE, has been fighting tirelessly for consumers' rights. This is the story of the consumer movement in Singapore. Prices of daily essentials such as pork, sugar, and bread were rising rapidly. Amidst the public outcry, a passionate group of civic-conscious consumers and the National Trades Union Congress banded together to advocate for the protection and promotion of consumers' interest.
With the rising cost of imported goods in the early 70s, consumers had to deal with high prices of essential goods and rising costs of living. Naturally, there were concerns about whether the price hikes were justified and whether there were profiteering. CASE was formed in 1971 amidst this backdrop. In the early days, CASE campaigned strongly for the price stability of essential items and worked together with the government in situations where sharp increases in prices of essential items were questionable.
As a young consumer organization, we had to quickly establish our legitimacy and build our networks. In 1974, CASE joined the then International Organization of Consumer Unions, IOCU, now known as the Consumer International. As a member, we were able to access international resources and networks to strengthen Singapore's consumer protection framework.
Armed with our mission of championing consumers' interests and promoting fair trading, we went straight to work. In the mid-70s, CASE set up the Advertising Standards Authority of Singapore. In 1985, after CASE's active lobbying, the Small Claims Tribunals Act was passed. Our accreditation arm, CASE Trust, was formed in 1999 to encourage businesses to adopt fair business practices and to raise consumer confidence. In 2004, the Consumer Protection Fair Trading Act, also known as CPFTA, took effect after years of advocacy by CASE.
One of our greatest achievements was lobbying for and getting the Consumer Protection Fair Trading Act passed in Singapore. We had to make a few study trips to other countries to study the consumer protection laws and propose a model that would be suitable for us in Singapore. We faced several challenges, such as balancing the interests of businesses and consumers, and overcoming the mindsets of some SMEs that regulation would only lead to increased costs and was bad for business. After years of lobbying and 3 CASE presidents, the CPFTA was passed in 2003. Today, the CPFTA remains the main consumer protection legislation in Singapore and protects consumers from unfair practices such as misleading and false claims made by businesses.
The timeshare industry used to be among the top 10 industries in terms of the number of complaints received by CASE. During my tenure as president, we managed to obtain an injunction against a timeshare firm for engaging in such unfair practices. With these new regulations, we were able to signal to the timeshare companies that using pressure to sell your products is simply not ethical.
CASE believes that education is key in protecting consumers against unfair practices.
Since its inception, CASE has actively provided consumers with tips and messages through various platforms so consumers can learn about their rights and be equipped with the right knowledge to make informed decisions. By reaching out to retailers and consumers through our talks, we were able to explain how the law impacts retailers and consumers and address concerns from the ground. We have also moved into the online space where we are using digital advertisements and social media videos to educate consumers on important topics. We have also launched new technological tools, Price Kaki app and Fuel Kaki, to help consumers compare the prices of groceries and fuel so that they can make better informed purchasing decisions.
Over the years, CASE has established itself as the first point of contact for consumers who need help to resolve their disputes.
CASE plays an important role in the dispute resolution process, as consumers often approach us for help when they are unable to resolve disputes with businesses. Our mediation center was set up in 1999 to help consumers resolve disputes with businesses in a fast and cost-effective way.
In 2005, CASE was the first consumer association in the world to sign an MOU with overseas counterpart. Today, CASE has MOUs with consumer associations in 10 countries. The MOUs help to facilitate cross-border dispute resolution.
CASE also works with the industry to promote fair trading and to better protect consumers.
CASE Trust was launched in 1999 to instill consumer confidence in CASE accredited businesses and to encourage the retail industry to adopt fair trading and good, transparent business practices. Over the last 22 years since the inception, the CASE Trust mark has gained recognition from government agencies and consumers alike. Today, there are 11 accreditation schemes tailored to the needs of different industries, such as spa and wellness, motoring, renovation contractors, and storefront, with more than 770 entities accredited. The consumers get a peace of mind by patronizing CASE trusted businesses due to 4 key factors: transparent refund policy, cooling off period, dispute resolution mechanism, and prepayment protection where applicable.
As you've seen, CASE has fought hard for consumer rights over the last 50 years. As CASE looks forward to our next chapter, we will continue to keep up with the latest consumer trends and business issues and look into new areas where we can champion consumers' interests and promote fair trading.
As CASE marks our 50th anniversary this year, we can look back on our achievements with some satisfaction. At the same time, as an organization, we need to constantly evolve to stay relevant with the latest consumer trends. As more consumers shop online, we'll need to strengthen consumer protection in the e-commerce space. We also need to review and strengthen our laws in areas such as prepayment protection and consumer credit schemes. As more consumers take to digital platforms, we will also need to leverage these tools and come up with more creative ways to engage and educate our consumers. By working with different stakeholders, I believe that we will move closer to our vision of a consumer-friendly Singapore.